there are a lot of music apps, okay? So one of the ones you mentioned was Shazam. Now, Shazam, Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, and there are others, are mostly associated with music you listen to, okay? Although Shazam does have the same feature that SoundHound is specifically set up for, which is identifying songs. If you say, oh, give it access to the mic and it can identify a song for you. The apps, though, that I want to concern with today are ones that deal directly with making music as opposed to listening to music. Okay, there are a lot of apps. There's a tempo app, so it's a metronome app basically, and you can set it for whatever time signature you want, 4/4, 6/8. Okay.
What's it called?
It's called tempo.
Okay.
All right. So if I do 4/4 time and I have 165 beats a minute, and those beats are assigned to a quarter note. Let's turn the speaker on or up. Sorry, there we go. This is what you're going to hear. Okay, great metronome, especially for kind of keeping the band all together and not slowing down or speeding up. Okay, I have another one called BPM detector. Okay, and all the ones I'm talking about right now are free. You just download them I happen to have an Apple product, so I downloaded them from the App Store. This one's called BPM detector, and you can select any song that is on your phone, your device, whatever, your iPad, whatever you have, and the app will listen to the song. You're not actually hearing it, but it'll go through and it'll play it very quickly, and it will, for the most part, be accurate as to what the beats per minute are in the song, okay? That's also helpful for like when you're doing chord charts and everybody's like, well, what's the speed we play at? So it's right there in your chord chart. SoundHound I mentioned before. If you have a song playing and you go, what song is that? What song is that? You can open up SoundHound and you can either hum it, sing it, or let it listen to whatever happens to be playing. And I've actually done it in noisy, crowded rooms, and it's worked very well. I mean, with people talking loudly next to me. There's one called YT Music, again, kind of more associated with listening to music, but it's a part of the YouTube Red service, which that's one I didn't mention because YouTube Red, obviously not only has the audio, but the video, which is very cool. So that's the service I decided to spend my $9 a month on. So that's that one. There's an app called Live BPM. So if your band's together and you're playing a song, you open up that app and it will tell you what beats per minute your band is actually playing at right then and there.
What's that one called?
Live BPM.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
Yeah. Tempo Slow is a great one because I can pick any song on my iPhone and I'll open it up in this app and I can play it at 100% or I could play it at 50%. Now, it gets a little distorted at 50%. I don't like to usually go below 56%. But that allows you to slow the song down enough so that you can get to know it a little better. And if you're trying to, karaoke along with it to learn it and, try to do it by ear, this is a very useful app to have. Again,
all free.
All free. Well, obviously, except for the YT Music. There's one called Chord Bank. Okay. It'll give you metronome, drills, quizzes. Anyway, it'll show you guitar chords. So if you don't know what a particular chord is, you don't have to drag around, all these music books and stuff with you. It's right here handy on your phone. Your phone's not going to weigh any more or less if you add a few more apps. There's one called Dex. And if you're kind of into, it's, I think it's music note Dex. I'm not quite sure about that. It has a music note for an icon. But it'll shuffle the cards. It'll show you, it's more of a theory type app. So a P, which is pianissimo. Okay? So if you tap the cymbal, or piano, which is soft. Okay? And then you go to the next one. There we go. And then now you have one of these. It looks like an O with crosshairs through it. If I'm not mistaken, that is coda. Yep. So you can run through that deck and know what all of the musical notation is. Yep.
Flashcards.
PED. Yeah, flashcards.
Yeah.
Exactly. PED, which is pedal. If you see that in music, it's telling you to use your pedal there for piano, basically. Okay, there's E chord, G chord, U chord, P chord, and these are all by the same one. E chord and G chord are kind of the same thing because it's just one's electric and one's acoustic. U chord is obviously ukulele. P chord is piano. Now, the free versions of these are somewhat limited. So if you find that really useful, then you might want to pay the $4.99 or whatever it is for, removing the ads and, getting the full functionality of the app. There's Voice Pro, which, your voice is a musical instrument. So
Is it Voice Record Pro?
No, this is Voice Pro. So this one, it's Voice Training Pro, Learn to Sing.
Okay.
So you can kind of sing, do your thing, and it'll tell you, no, that's not an E you're singing, or, it tells you if you're a little sharp or a little flat or, that sort of thing. So it's sort of like your own personal voice teacher with limited functionality, obviously. A guitar tuner app, so you don't need a snark.
What's that one called?
Guitar tuner.
Okay.
So, there's the 6 strings. And that one's for the E. So you just listen to it, and then you play it on your guitar until you have it right. And really, if you're playing guitar, you should know how to tune it by ear and actually start with the low E, because once you have the low E down, then you can tune the rest of them. The 5th fret on the low E is the same note as your 2nd string. E, A. Yeah. I think so. A. So the 5th fret on your low E string is the same note as your next string, which is an A. So you can play that note on the 5th fret of your E string and then tune it that way and so forth on up, to the high E. The only thing is when you're tuning the B, you have to go down 1 fret to get the right note. But all the rest of them are on the 5th fret.
And when you play it, doesn't it show you on the gauge when it's hit?
It does. There's a little analog looking meter. And if you no, it didn't work. So the needle will move when you do when you play the guitar string. Yeah. So that's the guitar tuner. This particular one also has an ukulele tuner. So as you know, there's only 4 strings on the ukulele, so you can do it that way. And there's the tenor one. There's the soprano. There's the baritone, and then the low G, which is what I have on my tenor. And of course they have more apps. Okay, then, let's see, there's a virtuoso piano. It has a piano keyboard. It's kind of fun to fool around with it. I really haven't found it that useful. There's another one called just Virtuoso. Again, another piano type app, which I haven't found it very useful. Now here's one called Cheeky Fingers.
Nice name.
Yeah. It has a really nice, soothing interface. And obviously it's for piano. You tell it what key you want. So you go C minor 7, and it'll play it for you and show you where your fingers should be located on the keyboard. So again, digital keyboards, pianos, etc. There's one called Amplitude, and that's more like software interface kind of app. Just looking at this one called Mandolin Companion. It's by Infinaut, Infinaut. What's new? Practice with playable scales at any speed. Learn new strum and picking patterns. Make favorite lists for quick access. Check neck direction by rotating. That's on the iPad. Select right or left hand playing, which is very cool. New note styles, European and Japanese. Unlock it all with all access pass. Of course, I still have the free version. I'm thinking about it. I just bought a bunch of stuff. I came and I earned some money, so I bought some stuff, very needed noise reduction ear plugs. So you can actually still hear the music, but it's not pounding your ears with decibels.
Yeah, right.
That because after every Monday after a band, my ears are just ringing. So I bought one of those. If you guys are in a band, if you listen to loud music, you might want to consider those.
How much are those?
I think the ones I bought were like $25. They have a set though that's $300, so there's a range, I couldn't see spending $300 on it. Let's see, another one called Piano Companion. There's a chord dictionary, a chord progression. So if you're in a key of C, then your next chord in the progression would be E, and then G, that sort of thing. If you want to make the song non-discordant sort of thing. It follows a pattern, basically. There's a reverse chord lookup, a circle of fifths. That's sort of a popular theory on...
Nice.
chords and whatnot.
There's an app just for circle of fifths?
No,
that's in the app.
This one it's in the app. There's
Companion?
a quiz, the chord dictionary. Now, so you can do the key is C, and you can do a sus2, sus4, minor, diminished, the whole shooting match. Enough on that one. This is a chord detector app. I don't find it's very accurate, but it is somewhat helpful if you don't know the chords in a song. It's kind of like the one I was telling you about the BPM detector. So you open up the song that's on your phone with this app, and it'll detect all the chords that are in it. Again, didn't find it very accurate, but it was helpful. Practice time. Oh, it was one I downloaded and I have not checked it out yet. Music Tutor. I love it. So this one helps with your sight reading. Okay. So you can do treble, bass, or alto reference. Okay. And it shows you all the notes on the staff, and explains the staff. There's 5 lines, 4 spaces, etc. All the notes are named, etc., etc. And for practice, you can set the duration to infinity, or you can set it for timed. And it's hooked up to Game Center, which you should know about since you also have an Apple product. It's hooked up to the Game Center, so it plays it for you, and then it shows you the note, okay? And then you have to guess. You should know, but if you're not very good at it, you have to guess what the note is.
What's this one called?
This one.
Music Tutor?
Yeah, Music Tutor. See. So this one would be A sharp, right? And it tells you your percentage accuracy and that sort of thing. And if you do it on a timed, you're really rushed, and that really kind of helps out with, as you get better learning your notes and where they are on the staff and that sort of thing. Then you can do the timed ones, and no, it's this, it's that, so that'll help with sight reading, especially if you play the piano. Oral Whiz. Okay, this one does intervals, scales, chords, cadences. If you tap on intervals and do practice. So it says it played it for you, dun dun dun, right? 3 times, then it was the same note. So in that one you would say perfect unison. Okay, then that one would be dun, dun, the perfect octave. Okay. So, you can, go on from there. You can do the same thing with scales, chords, cadences. The one I did was intervals. That one's kind of useful too. Oh, Music Notes app. This one I love because the musicnotes.com site sells electronic sheet music. Again, not always entirely accurate, but it does the trick. So I have, I haven't signed in on this one. So I have 167 sheets, because they sell things. Oh, you get 12 of these old songs, like Christmas or Easter or whatever for, $9, something like that. So I've done a lot of their specials, but I've downloaded some for, for the band and whatnot. And it's sheet music. You look at it and read it and, make a chord chart from it for the guys play guitar or bass and don't read music and, that sort of thing. Let's see, next one. Oh, guitar tabs, also eChords.com. Those are sites, and they also have apps, and if you pay for the service for the year or whatever, you get, video lessons, and it's mostly guitar stuff. Video lessons, people upload their own versions of, how, yeah, of chord charts, basically, how it's supposed to go. Some people put tabs up there. Again, not entirely accurate because it's for guitar player wannabes or semi-professionals, so there's a lot of them I've looked at and gone, really?
Dilettantes like me.
Well, in some people who play music don't have an ear for it, and music is all about the ear, all about auditory, right? If you can't detect some of that, you're kind of
Tone deaf.
no, you're kind of what do you call that? Handicapped, musically handicapped, And if you're tone deaf, you shouldn't be playing at all. Just forget it. Don't try to sing. Don't try to play. Just listen to it and go, yeah, that sort of thing. Let's see.
Mostly tone deaf.
Yeah. Mixcloud is one where people upload. So there's a guy I know, he lives in Mill City, and he's a DJ at a local radio station. So he does, like every Saturday or something, he'll do a certain program. And, it's mostly bluegrass and, guitar, or some of the older stuff, little Jimmy Dickens and that sort of thing. And he'll upload the program to the Mixcloud, and then you get a ping, hey, so-and-so has uploaded this program, and you can listen to it. It's a music program as opposed to an app or a program on the computer. You know what I'm saying?
What's that one called?
Mixcloud.
Mixcloud, okay. Like SoundCloud?
No. I don't know. I haven't done SoundCloud yet. There's another. Oh, this is. Wait, I just did that one. Never mind. Okay, Touch Tones is one where if you go into a venue with a jukebox, mostly bars, you have an account and you buy so many credits, and then you can, using your phone, make your selections on the jukebox.
Okay.
So you don't have to go up and punch the numbers like you used to and plug in the money. It's all over the internet now.
What's that one called again?
That one's Touch Tunes.
Okay.
And the one thing I don't like about that one is that when you buy it, you only have a certain amount of time to use those credits, otherwise they're gone. So if you don't use everything, they're gone within a week or so. That's really annoying to me. I paid money for this, I should be there. There's another one called Music Notes with a slightly different app. It's this one.
Okay. Yeah.
So it has the note with a whole bunch of lines through it, like that. That one's for piano sight reading as well. You can do practice. You can choose your staff, treble bass, or the grand staff. And I guess it plays. Hang on. Oh yeah. So it goes to the notes. So it has all the notes already there on the staff, and you play them. Oop, wrong one. What? Oh, that's why. So, etc. I'm a little slow at it right now, the thing I don't like about it is, as it's going up and down the staff, you only have the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, the 12 keys. It includes the black ones for sharps and flats. But if it's playing a note down here and then it plays another note up there, you're still hitting the same key if they're both C's. So, but it still helps a little bit. Of course, Spotify, Amazon Music's with an X, Match is one where.
That's 5-minute warning.
Okay. That's the one where you sign up for the service, and again, it's free, and you can go in and upload lyrics for different songs. Shazam. Oh, Charlie FM. I like that one. Charlie FM plays everything.
Yes, they do.
Very eclectic. And they have an app, so you can listen to their radio station. You know, if you don't have, a regular radio tuner, you can listen to their station. You're walking around on your iPhone.
Yeah.
So, and I really like Charlie FM. I have a rather eclectic music taste. Musical.ly, that's one my granddaughter liked and wanted to put on my phone. So, but it's another service, and I guess, listening to stuff. I'm not sure what that Musi is. Oh, unlimited free music streaming. Before you begin, please note that Musi does not save or download any songs to your device, which would be illegal. When streaming songs on cellular connections, regular data charges will apply. It's nice they let you know that. Streaming on Wi-Fi will not impact any cellular data charges. And then you just tap on the start listening button and go from there. And I haven't used it, so that's all I know about it. There's a classic country app, Real Roots Radio, that you can listen to. And I think that's it. I have Shazam on there. I don't really use it. Same with Spotify. Same with Amazon Music. We had Prime, and I bought another Prime because if you have Amazon Prime, you can listen to their music, but it can only be one device at a time. You can't listen to two devices at once. So, and I guess it's the same thing with the YouTube Red. So if I'm, doing it on my iPad and then I go into my Mac, I better make sure that one's shut down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll say, "Oh, well, you got it open on another device." So
That's it.
that's it on my phone.
Thank you, Nancy.
I'm sure there are many more out there.
Questions,
Thank you for
comments?
listening.